There's the button, there's the green light. Hi, it's Alpha Wit Thursday. There's an Alpha and there's a Wit.
It's true. There's one of each of us, and it's Thursday.
Who am I again?
You're the alpha one.
Oh, that's right. I'm Silver Recluse.
What? Hang on. No. No, he's not here tonight. Who's on first? So, tonight we are going to begin Logic Quest, a good old learning company game from
96.
That's the one. And in it, somewhere in this game, and I don't know where, is my personal theme song. And when it happens, I'm gonna scream and shout.
If I do well enough on this first session, we should be able to time it right to the end of the show.
That would be cool. We're hoping to go through the whole game. It should only take us 2 weeks.
That's what I think.
Welcome to Claire's Courtyard and Castle Challenges. She has spent years studying and building virtual reality worlds, and wants to share the wealth of her experience with someone who is clever enough to be her apprentice and partner. If you succeed in mastering the levels of the challenges she's created here, you will have access to her years of experience. Are you up for her challenges? Let's see what Claire is up to now.
Alright.
I guess I didn't know what the framing device was. Virtual reality, huh?
Yep.
Oh, what?
Okay, these crazy bats are almost ready. Let's see who will be able to make it past these guys.
Not us.
Listen, Rave, I want you to help out our challengers. You can tell them the rules and give them a few hints, but don't give away any answers. Now, let's bring these guys to life.
Okay. Oh. Wow, 3D modeling's come a long way.
Sure has.
Well, sign in and click on the Courtyard Inn to begin the first challenge. Click on the castle if you want a harder challenge. Click on the unfinished castle if you want to build your own world. And click on that castle way off in the distance to look at other worlds and challenges that have been created.
So step 1.
So, how linear is this?
Not overly. Why? Or at least it doesn't have to be.
I was just curious of, like, how it,
So the...
like, what the order is.
So the suggested way to go is the courtyard challenges first and then the castle challenges. I will tell you that within the castle we'll find the song that you referenced.
Interesting.
We're going to play without bats, because playing with bats would be much akin to playing with chimps and gizmos and gadgets, and I don't want to do that. See, where the chimps knock you out and take a part from you, the bats transport you to another part of the maze, which can prove a very dangerous soft lock.
Interesting.
I don't want to put up with that.
No, we're going fairly casual.
Yeah. I'm doing this for the nostalgia and for the... Yes, I'm aware, thank you. For the nostalgia, really just for the nostalgia.
Apprentice, you need to make it through all levels of a courtyard or castle challenge. For each level, collect the robot character pieces and commands hidden behind the panels that obey the panel rule. When you have all the pieces, use the commands you've collected to program your character to retrieve the key to the next level.
So, here's our
So
view.
it's
our first-person view of the maze. The map is to the right. We can navigate around the map using this control panel up top here, which we don't need to do much for this first level because it's pretty small. Here's the entire frame of it. The status of our built robot, of which there are always 3 pieces.
To plan your moves, study the top-down map. panels and doors are marked on the map.
Honestly, I can explain this much faster and much more efficiently. So,
Okay.
3 parts of the robot. However many commands show up in this list, that's how many are out in this maze. Notice the green boxes. These are the panels within the maze.
Okay.
Each of
Sorry,
them-
what's the "you are here" symbol? Oh, with the little guy at the bottom, sort of the left? On the top down.
Oh, that's the red one.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yep. The goal in each maze is to get that robot to bring that key to that door. We do that by finding the robot pieces, finding the commands, and then once we have the entire robot, we can build a series of commands to get the key to the door. So notice the 3 commands on the left. Move forward, pick up key, use key. We use those to get the robot here. To gather that up, we have to visit the green boxes that fit the panel rule down below. So,
And we can move freely.
yes, we can.
Okay.
So, the panel rule goes like this. Find something that's similar between the first 2 pictures and does not match the third. Do you notice anything like that here?
We're not standing in front of a panel, though.
We don't need to be, not to figure out the panel rule. So look at the first 2. Do you see something that these 2 have in common that the third picture does not?
The blue feather?
Right.
Or crest?
Correct. So if we find a picture with a blue tassel, which we can do by clicking on these panels within the map, and do we want to go after that panel right there? The one that's selected?
Isn't it far away?
Yes, but we're able to, with modern technology, we're able to click on a panel and see what it is, which allows us to decide whether or not we want to go up there.
Okay.
So do you think we should go to this one?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, the answer of why or why not is in the panel rule. And we decided on a blue tassel, right? And he's got a blue tassel on the selected panel right here. That's the highlight panel I just clicked on.
I see.
He's got a blue tassel, which logic would dictate, if we're correct about this, it's got something we're going to need.
Yeah.
So we have an infinite supply of oranges to throw. They hit buttons that open the doors, or they put bats to sleep if we were playing with them. Temporarily, sadly. So if you notice the button, where it is on the map, there's us, facing directly toward that little blue button there. And there's a line going from that button to that door. It means that button operates that door. And now that we have a way to this panel, we can see that the picture in selected panels should match this right here, because I clicked on it, and it does. So now we check it by opening it. We have the legs and the use key command as a result of finding a correct panel. And if you're keeping score, the yellow scroll on the top right tells you that we got 50 points, 25 each for the command and for the part. So, let's check another panel. How about this one right here? So that's the panel I clicked. Do we want to open that one?
Oh, no. It's
Indeed
not worth our time.
Indeed not. How about this one?
Not looking good?
So in each level there's an even number of panels. Half of them are right, half of them are wrong. We have now found 1 right and 2 wrong. When we get up to the last wrong panel, I will demonstrate how that looks. So how about this panel?
Nope.
Nope. So, there's nothing to track 100% perfection in this, so for sake of science, we'll open the door that blocks it. If you do open a bad panel, it'll show you this.
That panel does not follow the panel rule.
And the pop-up will tell you how to interpret the panel rule down below. So we found all 3 wrong panels, which would stand to reason that the 2 in the southeast are the last two to finish building this. So, you can see by the lines on the map that this button triggers the door on the furthest southeast, or furthest east in this area anyway. And inside that corridor is another button that opens that door, south. If I can hit it, there we go.
What's the logic behind the oranges?
Fruit to feed the bats, I guess. But look at this. You can throw the oranges clear out the window.
That's a real window. Well, not like... Real is a tricky word in a game this old.
There's the face and the move forward panel, or command. And in here should be the torso and pickup key.
Definitely blue.
There you go.
There is that. Okay.
We now have all the robot and all the commands. As soon as we have all the robot, we have the panel on the upper left that allows us to write the commands. So now that we're here, take a look at the map on the bottom left where we are, take a look at the situation inside the door, and take a look at these three commands.
I assume these will eventually get more complicated and teach us a little bit about programming.
Oh yeah. This is level 1. What do you expect?
I don't know. I've never played this game before, and I know games used to be harder back in the day.
Oh, it'll get harder, I promise you that. But anyway, looking at this little triangle, that's the robot, the little square, that's the key. So move forward, or any other move command, will move the robot in that direction until it hits something. The key does count as something, yes.
Okay.
So if we run into the key, we'll be able to pick it up.
Our momentum will be stopped.
Which means we'll have to
we would have to choose like a turn command or something in the future?
Yes. We'll see more commands as levels go on. But for this absolutely most rudimentary tutorial of how we do this, once we pick up the key, continue our forward motion. We'll eventually hit the door and use the key. So forward until hit the key, pick up key, forward until hit door, use key and lock.
Is the castle also this maze style, or is that a different gameplay type?
No, it's the same gameplay type, but much, much harder in comparison to this. The courtyard gets harder too, and bigger, but this is just the basic tutorial, so... Now that we know how to play the game, let's see the result.
What's the Go Robot Go button?
That's the start button up top.
Ah, thank you for wiggling your mouse.
And then there's the reset, which if something goes wrong and the robot gets stuck, runs out of commands or what have you, you can reset it all the way back. I'm sure I'll have to do that at least once in this, so I'll save that until then.
Congratulations. You've completed level 1. Now that you've figured out how to assemble and program the character on this level, let's see if the next level won't be a little more challenging for you.
Yes.
That is difficult to look at.
Sorry, your question?
Mostly why on earth it looks like that.
Mid-90s Windows 3.1 animation. Could be worse.
This kind of slaps too.
It could be full motion video.
You know, FMV is making kind of a comeback.
Yep.
It's always been charming.
In a very dark kind of way. I could never explain that, but it is.
It just makes you really uneasy.
Yeah, but I masochize myself for it, so. Anyway.
I mean, was the first FMV game you ever saw Phantasmagoria or something?
No, it was actually Virtual Surgeon Open Heart.
Could be tough.
Killing a patient brings up some really dark videos.
Oh God, I bet.
But yeah, this part explains why I'm so fascinated with medical science. I mean, growing up on Life and Death too, but that didn't have video like that, so.
No, boy, they could make, with FMV, they have the potential to really make that tough.
Sure could.
Like, make the actor, like, go deliver bad news to the family kind of shit.
Alright, so the second door in the courtyard has opened. That represents what level you're on. As do
okay.
As does this column of 6 windows in the castle. So we'll continue down.
2 new lore questions that I've developed.
Yes.
Claire got basically no introduction. Am I to believe that she is an established character in this franchise, I guess?
If you like the history of the Learning Company enough, you could consider yourself as the Super Solver. There's really you are you basically. If you want this to be an extension of the Super Solver series and you want to be the Super Solver, you go right ahead.
So, but who was the lady who sat at the computer and made bats?
Basically, she's the brainiac of the village. That's all there is to it. There's no connection to any other game.
Really? Because they're just like, and Claire likes to make virtual worlds without at all establishing who Claire is and why we care about that.
Yeah. Remember though, this is a kids game. There doesn't
yeah, but it leaves them open for like, and Claire will return in the Learning Channel's next game, Logic Voyage, and it all takes place on a ship or something.
Unfortunately, that never happened. I would have been stoked if it had.
I feel like I have to go write a well-researched video essay about these games and what their plans were.
I mean, you certainly could if you wanted to do that.
I would like to watch that video essay. I do not want to make it.
Maybe somebody's done it. I know LGR did a video on this. I just haven't...
Like this game specifically?
Yeah, during Edutainment Month. I haven't watched all the way up that yet, so I'm getting there.
No, I want like the whole Learning Company's history.
I don't think he did that. Maybe someone did. But as for this, let's see level 2. All the music in this game is really great, by the way.
It really is. That's another thing I want in the video essay is some time with the on the composers. That because all of the composers they've got in almost all of their games have kind of rocked.
Yep. Alright, so level 2. Once again, we're in the southwest. You were asking about turn commands. There they are.
Oh, we've gotten some new ones.
Yep. Let's take a look at the map. 3, 5, 7, 8. So 4 right, 4 wrong. Let's figure out the panel rule first. What do you see?
Mustache, I guess.
I believe so. So let's go counterclockwise. Let's start on this panel.
Nope.
And this panel?
Looks good.
So we do still have a reason to open that area. So let's see. Still pretty simple. 2 switches, 2 doors, 1 nested inside the other. Only this time, that door blocks the way in. So we're gonna have to go back.
I have to go all the way around.
Yep.
Oh, it is sometimes hard to see the switches on the top-down map, but I imagine you're very good at picking them out.
Yeah, it's a matter of color. The switches are always that light blue.
Yes, but it turns out that light blue and gray can be quite similar when it's a even smaller dot on your screen inside of a Discord window.
Right.
Did you get this to run at like your monitor's full size, or are you playing in like a teeny aspect ratioed window?
It's in a DOSBox window.
Oh.
I got 3.1 to run through DOS, and that's how I manage this.
That's very small even for you.
Yeah, but I can see it.
Well, the purple lines point to switches, yes?
The purple, the yellow, the white, all of those, yeah.
Okay, so you kind of have a clue of at least where to start looking.
Yep. Alright, so northwest corner, this panel right here.
Oh, no.
And this one?
Sadly, yes. That looks like a long walk.
Yeah, so once again they give us another nested one with a block implication. So,
oh well. Ooh, gosh, the way the walls warp when you go around corners.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I find it hypnotic myself. I can... if you're nauseated by my little speed tricks from Colossal Cave, it probably wouldn't help you here.
Yeah, this is by far harder to look at for me.
I apologize. There's not much I can do about that.
I can focus on this game of solitaire I'm using to occupy my hands. And look mostly at that and pop over to the screen when we're not mazing.
Right. So
and of course to check for the status of mustaches.
So that panel gave us 2 commands, move forward and use key. And this time, if you're watching the score, they're worth 50 points apiece instead of only 25. So that goes up each level.
Does interacting with the wrong panel decrease your score?
No.
Oh, that's kind.
They're forgiving from a making mistakes and learning standpoint.
I mean, that is probably the right choice. Although I imagine there was the idea floated of decreasing the score.
Indeed.
Because
I have no doubt about that.
And then someone said, this game is for kids.
Yep, somehow saner heads prevailed. Alright, so in the northeast, there's a clunk of 2 behind this door, which is behind another network of doors. So, the left panel shows
that we do need to get to it.
Yeah, and hopefully the right.
Also, yes, so at least it'll be worth our while.
Well, guess what that means? Both of these must be wrong.
Yeah, because there's only 8.
Yep.
Okay, great, we can skip all that together.
Indeed. Alright, so, let's see. The goal is to get that button on the northwest of our current view. How to go about that? Well, this door goes into a wall and never has to be hit again.
Great. Leave it. What about the one sort of to our south? That will...
Oh, I have a cute idea.
Oh.
Let's go this way.
Okay.
And because I have a ranged weapon with which to hit that button right there, let's see if I can pull this off.
Well, do you think that is...
I did not softlock. I do see a way out of this maze.
That's not what was intended.
Not at all.
Okay.
See, edutainment games can still be fun if you can find little tricks like that. The way out of this, the way I did it, is a bit windy, but it's a way out nonetheless. In the castle, you definitely want to consider that point.
Oh, of your escape route?
Yeah. And manufacturing one like that if you have to. This is very early to be doing that, but we did it. So, we get into this room. This should finish it. So we have the legs and pick up key, and then torso and turn left should be right here. Can't really see it, but I'm sure it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. It has been picked up.
And we don't have to screw with the southwest corner, so we're not going to.
Good.
Alright, so let me move the map display over this way. Alright, here's the situation. Here's the map for it.
Kind of just seems like it's right in front of it, so just a forward move and pick up?
Forward, pick up.
And then, oh. Does getting near the door count as hitting something?
Yes.
So could you do right, and then unlock?
That would wind up being an about face to this wall up here. See, he's pointing south, the robot.
Oh. I forgot which one was the robot and which one was the key, and I mistakenly assumed that the smaller one was the key. Oh, so he just has to go south, and then he or she, depending on what their clothes are, will need to take a left, and that'll be it?
Yep, so forward key, turn left, which is always a 90-degree move, and then forward toward the door, use the key. So, literally one step up from what level 1 was. Now the first couple robot songs, they were really good about timing it so that getting to the door at the end of the first iteration is where the end of the song is. I think that continues through most of the courtyard, but let's see.
Oh, because they know exactly how fast it's going to move.
Right. And I'm sure, at least for a while, they wrote for that specific thing. You heard that's how it was in the first level.
If you had put in the wrong input, would they not even bother with the song and stuff?
No, they would.
But it might get there too soon or
Nice
much too
work.
late.
You've mastered level 2.
Well,
See what
there's
level
no
3 has in
real
store
time
for
bind
you.
to it. It was just a cute little point about the music.
Oh, that they had a different melody. Because
Yeah.
that didn't seem to end in a very graceful spot.
It didn't. It was a little later than the end of the first iteration. It'll just sit there and loop if the robot gets stuck. So that's level 2. Level 3,
Okay.
we're going to get a little bit bigger. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5 and 5.
There are 3 robot parts and 5.
5 commands again.
Yes.
So you can see in the maze in the southwest, a little bit hairier now. They've got obstacles.
Obstacles. Yes, I see. Okay, but that will allow us to bounce it off of walls.
Indeed. Now the panel rule.
Well, I'm looking, guess green gem?
Green, yep.
And
Alright. So let's go here first. This panel...
is there ever going to be more than one rule?
No.
Oh,
The rules do get...
okay.
They get harder, though.
Like harder to distinguish?
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be green and fully enclosed, like the way I'm seeing these.
It could be. There's one correct rule. But the question is, which rule is it? We're purporting green, right?
It probably is. It's still fairly early.
Yeah. So, what would you say to this panel?
That it's not correct. Are these puzzles persistent?
In terms of what?
You've played this game before. Are the puzzle?
No. The pictures
panel
and
rules are
have
not the
been-
same every time.
No, they're not. So,
That's pretty impressive for this long ago.
indeed. Makes me happy, though. There's a little bit of replayability in there, and especially if I'm streaming it. Because then there's that little bit of interactivity where we can distinguish the panel rule together. I can have my guest come up with the programming sequence, stuff like that. It's very good stream material.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised.
So we say no to this panel. How about this
Yeah,
one
fuck.
in that same room?
That's green, right?
I see cyan.
Okay, I'm gonna trust your eyes more than mine,
Yeah.
because I'm having trouble distinguishing it on the mint background.
I can imagine that. Alright, so we'll skip that panel.
We'll come back to it if we have to.
Yep. So let's move to the northwest for these 2 panels.
Okay.
How about
That's
that?
very much red. And that's definitely green, so we should at least try that one.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to find out right here whether green is the correct rule, or whether it's enclosed jewelry. This network looks a lot easier than the southwest ones, so...
That's a good place to start.
Also,
Yeah, I'm leaving the switches bullshit up to you.
Yep. By the way, the songs in this game were among the very, very first I used to practice my trombone with.
Oh, that's very cute.
I used to know all the melody lines of these songs by heart. And I could probably still play them if I put some work to them today, but...
Yeah, I imagine they would come back to you pretty fast.
Alright, so this panel over here is the one we've selected. Is it green? It is green, and we have the legs.
Yeah, it must be it.
We have the legs and use key.
Oh, alright, off to a
Alright.
strong start.
Alright, so your first guess on the rule was correct. Excellent work. Alright, now let's move east.
What about these two in this net?
Actually, let's go south first, because it looks like we're going to have to go through there to get there anyhow. So,
Yeah, does, doesn't it?
So let's keep moving this way. Along this big long wall. And I mean, for a 4th grade kid, the songs are challenging enough on any instrument, too. If you're trying to play
That's
them
a
by
good
yourself.
point. If you were that young.
It's so much fun with it, though. That on the west just kind of looks like a shortcut series, doesn't it?
You would know better than me. You would probably recognize the patterns, having played it before.
It's not so much a pattern as much as it is just analyzing the maze.
Well, I'm not doing that, nor do I intend to start, so...
That's fair enough. Looks like our first grab would be this section up here. So,
okay.
Let's see this panel.
That's green.
Sure is. And this panel.
And so's that.
Indeed. Alright, let's go there. I do not have any qualms with taking the long way around someplace, so we'll just do that. Only one button to hit here. And if all else fails, there's that nice big long hallway in the southwest we can use as an emergency out. We are going to have to come back there in order to not go the wrong way. In order to switch that door again.
Oh, okay.
And of course, the score jump, each pickup is worth 75 points. And here we get the torso and pickup key.
Is there any way to not get a perfect score?
Yes. If you can find a way to get the key through the door without use of all the commands, that'll work.
Oh, good point. You can stop when you have all the stuff you need if they seed them with the correct parts.
Yep. You need at least one move, one turn, pick up key, and use key in order to finish this.
Yeah, I suppose you could get either left or right, and if not, you just do 3 lefts.
Yep, it is very possible to get through some of the later ones without all of them. Let's see the southeast. Here's this panel.
Nope.
And this panel?
Doesn't look that way.
Yep, so we could avoid that whole mess altogether.
Which means we're back up to the north, or...
Yep. Back up to the northeast. Of which one of those panels... Actually,
it should be just
both of those panels should be correct. That one sure is. And this one...
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm sure it makes for scintillating audio.
That's okay, I don't think it overshadows the music. Alright, so, once again, one of these purveyors of bullshit. Long way, long way, and then I'm gonna cheese it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we have a sprint button?
We don't need a sprint button. Look where this button is as compared to this door. I can just shoot it from here, and then stay behind the door at that point.
I trust you.
Alright. I mean, you'll be able to see it in just a second. That just looks like such a flamethrower, that wall.
What?
I mean, looking at how the walls move, it just looks like fire. It's so good.
Oh.
It's so pretty.
Is this one of the tunes you arranged?
Yes, it is.
I remember that, what do you call it? False cadence.
Yep. I honestly don't know whether I arranged it the way it was actually originally composed, but I made it work, so... Alright, we have here... No, we just have the move forward command.
But it's right around the corner. Oh.
Yep.
God, these are bad to look at.
could soft lock myself by doing a backward sprint here. Of course, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, I see what you mean. You'd get yourself stuck up in the...
Yep. And also, I had the scoring wrong. It's every correct panel that scores, rather than every element.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So 50 points in level 1, 100, and then 150 here. 5 panels, 750. Yeah, good. Alright, here we are. There's the bot. The key is right there. And here's the
well, they're right in front of each other, so we got a start with a move forward. And a pickup. And then, I guess, a right, a move, and a left, a move, and a use.
Yeah, you got it.
I believe that's it.
You got it.
We have found the exact amount that I want to use my brain on a stream. I don't want to think any more than this game is asking me to think of coming up with the rule, identifying the rule in certain situations, and the little robot, which I know is going to get harder, and I will tell you when that becomes harder than I want to work. But right now it's like really right in that sweet spot.
Yeah, good enough. This song was one of my favorites to play as a kid.
These must have been a real bitch to learn by ear because they move very fast.
Perfect pitch kind of helps with that.
Yes, of course.
And
but
having direct access to the WAV files was also helpful. I knew how to do that when I was a kid too.
So you could... Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
This must have been totally normal to transcribe. Because you wouldn't have to let it loop for hours and hours to get all of the tricky parts. You could just scrub through.
Do you think that stopped me from doing the loop method for it?
Can I tell you my stupidest transcription project I've ever done?
What's that?
It was a game called Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. It's not one of the mainline numbered Final Fantasies. It was a GameCube release, and my brother loved it very much. And I tolerated it. It was fine, but it gripped him in a way that it never did for me. But when you started a new game, it played this really fun, basically a music video version of like almost like a trailer for what you were about to go do.
Yeah.
And it complete with fairly compelling song with like cool percussion and lyrics and stuff. But it only ever played once when you started a new game.
Yeah, you know, the best songs only do play once. It might just be the rarity of it.
Asked my brother. I sat on the family computer, which was right behind the couch where our video game systems were set up. And he started, like, dozens of new games for me. For me to quickly... I had my flute in my lap, because that was the instrument I was most adept with, and I would figure out a few notes at a time.
Right.
And enter them in on a notation software on the family computer. And by the time I had finished that, Zach was almost done setting up yet another new game, because you also had to go through, like, naming your town, naming your character, brief character creation. Like, too many steps.
Yeah, brief character creation. Does that even exist?
Well, what you do is you just take all the defaults, and you don't, you know, change their outfits in any way.
I see, the cheap way.
Because we were just doing it for speed. We were never going to play on any of those files.
Sure.
And of course, part of this would having to be delete the last new game you started because you didn't want that file. Oh, that's right, you had to name your town and your save file separately because for whatever reason those had to be they wanted to give you the option for those to be different.
Yeah, limitations at the time.
No, it wasn't. It truly wasn't. Because this was, what, GameCube? This...
Oh, GameCube? Okay, yeah. No, definitely not limitation.
They just wanted to let you have the option, but that was yet another thing standing in between me and the next repetition of this song so I could transcribe it. And that was by far my time-wastiest and stupidest transcription I'd ever done.
But was it fun?
It was! It's a cute little story, and I still know that song quite well to this very day because we collectively heard it so many times.
That's awesome, though. Good memories.
Someday I intend to arrange it. Hopefully for my flute choir, because someday I will get them to do a video game theme concert.
Oh, that would be so cool.
The problem is I am terrible at transcribing percussion. I just don't have the feel for it, and this has a ton of like hand beat percussion stuff that is very important and sounds really cool. And I live in fear of actually getting around to it because I know I will do a very bad job.
Right, but that's what you have. That's what you have the other 4 flutes for.
I would probably go to one of my percussion acquaintances and friends and ask if they're any better at it because they are just more used to dealing with that, and I might commission someone to do it for me.
That's fair. All right.
So we've done 3.
We've done 3. There are 3 more down here.
I thought the windows on the castle were supposed to open too.
Well, they do if you go through the castle. But up to now,
I see.
We've been doing the courtyard, which is why the doors are opening.
I get it. I thought the castle also kept track of your courtyard progress, but I realize now that I misunderstood.
It's all good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to guess there's a total of 12. Oh, 14. 7 and 7.
Interesting. Same amount of parts and commands.
Yeah, but notice instead of turn right or turn left, we now
have
so that like move forward is until I hit something.
But it will just shuffle sideways.
Yep. I count 14 panels, so 7 and 7. About this panel rule.
It looks like facing to the left.
I would agree with that. So on that basis, let's say we get started. How about this?
Definitively not facing to the left. Also.
Yep, so we don't need to mess with that over there.
Love that.
Let's see what's over here. How about we do this first?
That should work.
Okay.
Get me to that panel.
Should only take 1 door. See, the harmony line on this one is fun too, so if I really had wanted to, I could have put 2 tracks of one over the other as I played these. Well, that's fascinating, isn't it? What do you notice? This is the panel I have definitively clicked on, and yet I see this. It's still correct, so I mean, give me that 200 points. So that's the head and pickup key. How about this panel?
Sadly, no.
And this?
Yes.
Yeah.
And its neighbor, no.
So we want that guy. And to get there, we have found more wrong panels than we have right thus far. Alright, can I get around this way? Yes, I can. And what does that switch do? Anything useful to me? Very, actually. And then all I gotta do is go around this way.
What did that do for us?
It gave me a door for an alternate way in, which I'm going to need in order to have this. So now I can take the...
Oh.
Okay, I see it. I need to go this way.
I have actually just engaged with the maze for the first time, and I hate it.
You've done what?
I've just engaged with the maze for the first time and like really tried to figure out how to actually get to where we want to go, and that is, I hate it. That is much more than thinking than what I want to do.
Alright, then I'll handle that side of it.
You absolutely will, because F this.
Not much for mazes as a kid.
They bring me no real satisfaction. It brings me no joy to complete a maze. Because thankfully mazes have never been required.
Right.
You know, they've always been optional to engage with. And upon looking at a maze, in general, my thought is, well then just don't. So I don't.
I mean, that's my thought on everything I don't want to do.
Well, some things are, like, necessary. But I've carefully arranged my life to never come in contact with mazes.
Right.
Which is honestly not that difficult in modern America.
I mean, for me, I just feel younger doing this right now.
Well, that's probably a reverse engineering from the fact that you were young.
Probably.
There's nothing intrinsic about a maze that denotes youth.
True. Well.
That I can think of.
It is what it is.
Next panel.
This panel right here.
No, thank you.
And this one?
Yes, thank you.
Unfortunately, they're in the same room, which means this full solution has to be done.
Ew.
So... good news is that other way out is still open, so... that allows me to just do this. Slide right in there. Hello?
I mean... still correct.
Something smells weird.
So,
I wonder...
you played the OG, you had this for realsies, yes?
Yes, and actually this might be a good time to bring up that before this run I never actually used the selected panel feature. I just did them all until I found everything.
Did you not know that you could?
I knew that I could, I just didn't bother.
Didn't bother?
Yeah. It was more fun to me to do this the completionist way.
I see.
This hallway is a complete dead end, so what's that fucking turkey doing here?
Does the music occasionally artifact like crazy on your end, or is that a Discord transmission thing to me?
That would have to be a Discord transmission thing, I think.
Alright.
Interesting, though, that would happen.
I mean, every once in a while, I guess the connection slows down enough that it just garbles itself for not more than 2 seconds.
And here's one such example. I didn't bother hitting select panel. But here's the solution to all three regardless. Here's this panel that I'm right next to. How do you like this one?
Oh, yeah. So my follow-up question, when inquiring if you owned the original, is did it ever make inconsistencies like that? Or do we think this is the problem with the emulator? And by emulator, I mean the real, the absolutely real logical version that we're using. We totally paid for this.
I would say that it's very possible that the original had this as well, because I'm using an ISO image, which I would presume to be from the original disc.
That's true.
I have no basis of comparison because I didn't do this, so I say it's plausible from what I know about technology.
But you don't have any specific memory of it making errors like this?
No, because I never used the thing that would have shown me that it was there.
Right. You just finished explaining that you could never know.
Yeah. Anyway, this panel.
No thank you.
And this panel.
No thank you. Where's the one we're missing then?
Probably in the center. We haven't been there yet. This little block right here.
Yeah, okay.
So, let me get there first, and then we'll worry about actually opening things up. This is going to take me a minute. Not because I don't know how to get there, but because there's some moving involved. Alright, let's get inside. And we'll start considering from right here. Let's hit this one first. How about this?
No.
And this one.
Oh, you've already clicked it. I didn't even see it change. That should work.
Yep. And this one.
And that also ought to work.
Yep, so we just have to get into the middle room there. And I will need 3 buttons to do that. One to make way to the second button.
Get me to that button.
I'm working on it. This might have been not the way to do it.
Are you stuck, or you just decided that this is not?
Oh, I'm not stuck. I just don't think I'm going to be able to get around the corner like this. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Alright, new plan. We will instead hit the button that's on this wall. And then go up this way. And then hit this button. Oh, I see.
Could you make it from the other side of the door? Well, it doesn't matter.
Actually, look at the discoloration on the middle segment of line here.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I thought that this line was reaching to this door right here, but it actually reaches further down to this door. Watch.
Okay. So if you back up, not that you want to do this, but if you backed up further, could you hit it from here?
Probably.
Okay.
I ain't gonna do that, though.
No, even I can see that that is not accomplishing anything.
Yeah, that's a pretty risky thing to be doing. I need to have this way open in order to do this, so I do want this. And then I do want to do this. No, this. That, yep. That'll allow me to get back up to this button, and I can go around now. This is my favorite button design of all of them in the game.
Just the simple blue with the frame?
Yep. It pretty. Alright, that got me.
Yeah,
here.
it looks the most like a single 3D object.
Yep. That's the bot. And I'm here, so I may as well hit that panel and get the final command.
Okay. Oh, very simple exit.
Yep. Alright.
So
So here's this.
And the robot's the little one.
Yep. There's the bot, there's the key. I will mention as a rule that he has to be facing the door in order to unlock it.
Which direction is it currently facing?
He is currently facing west if you look at this map here.
Okay, so the little
Triangle.
spit off the front. Okay.
Yep.
My kingdom for a move right command. So if we send it straight forward.
It'll hit this wall.
And if we turned it right, would it hit the key or would it go past it?
I'm all for the experiment of moving toward it and picking up the key and watching what happens. If this fails, it means we get to demo the reset.
Well, I'm not sure if we need to do... Oh, we don't have a turn left.
No.
I'm wondering if the key would be in its, like, hitbox. Or if it would walk right past it and hit the far wall and the key would just be down to its left.
If I recall correctly, the way this was designed was to collide with the key.
Okay. If you think it will, then let's proceed on the assumption it will. So we've got a move forward, a turn right. We'll take another move forward, and that should lead us to pick up. So if we're facing that...
Likewise, I'm thinking there must be a reason they put move left in here. And I'm thinking I could be wrong about he needs to face the door. He may just need to have hit the door and be standing adjacent to it.
I hope you're right, because I want us to turn right twice to turn around. Move forward to hopefully hit the L shape down there.
Yeah.
And since we don't have a turn left, I mean, if we want to be sure, we could turn right 3 times.
Let's not do that. Let's see if we can hit the optimal.
Then that should be one long move left and a use.
It should. Let's see if it is.
Okay. Got this. Tell me about your hitbox.
Squee!
Okay.
So what do you think this far through 3 of the levels?
I'm glad you're here. Maybe on a day when I hadn't been working.
Yeah.
I would be... Weird.
You just saw the motion of the legs, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm also a little thrown off by some of the harmonic choices. Maybe harmonic is the wrong word, but choices of this little accompanying tune.
Yeah.
Does this
work? It does.
Okay.
You are for real.
I was wrong.
Okay, smarty. Give level
Well, that's
5
definitely
a
good
try.
to know, because that will free us up for, I'm sure, even trickier ones.
No doubt.
But, yeah, it's a little maze heavy for what I personally enjoy. And...
I mean, if you want, I'll spare you the rest of the game after the important song. And I can finish it
I want to
myself.
see... I want to see at least one castle level.
Okay.
I want to see... Castle construction is build your own maze, and I've forgotten what the one in the distance is.
That's one where the worlds you've built here show up to play.
Oh, I see.
Although there is one pre-built one in here.
I don't know. I can see that or not.
I mean, we definitely got to clear the courtyard at least.
Is this things made of metal?
That's a good assumption to start with. Now the commands have 2 moves for left and right instead of turns.
And none turns.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, so let's begin.
Oh.
Like I said, these do get bigger and these do get a bit tougher. So there are none in this block I can hit immediately, but I can certainly shorten the circle there. Alright, let's see this block here first. How about this?
Presumably?
Mm-hmm. And this?
Presumably.
And this?
Ambiguous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. And this?
Probably yes.
Yeah, this I can't tell whether it's bronze or wood. I feel like there's really only one way to... Well, no, two ways to find out. We could skip it and get back to it if necessary.
Isn't it kind of on the way to one of the others?
It is.
You might as well toss an orange at it, see what happens.
Sure. So we are there.
If you had to do a whole other section of puzzle, I would say don't, but I think you're going to be walking past it anyway.
Yeah, we're going to be entering the room. Alright, let's open this up first. And give us a shortcut to the roundabout. Let's see what we have here. Alright. If my precision's good enough, I could probably pull this one off. Nope. But close. Maybe.
That's got quite a projectile fall.
Yeah.
That's less range than I thought you had.
Yeah. What if I do it from there? I could probably sneak by it if I'm on the wall furthest from the door hitting. That's going to require some pixel perfection.
Wow, they really want you close. Oh!
They sure do.
Wow, that chopped off your butt, huh? Damn.
This is embarrassing.
Are you stuck?
Yep.
Wow, it really did chop off your butt. I was joking. You clipped yourself into a door, you silly bastard.
I sure did.
I didn't think this was sophisticated enough to have anything to clip.
Are you more enthused now? By having
No,
seen that?
it perked me up a little. It was definitely novel. I think I also find the music to be quite soothing.
Also, the panels have changed.
Oh.
So,
wow,
so we gotta do this again. How about this
But
panel?
the rules are the same.
Yeah, the rules are the same. Panels aren't.
I think that's supposed to be a baseball bat, so no.
And this? Still
ambiguous.
And this?
No.
And this?
Probably yes, but I couldn't tell you what they're supposed to be. Unless, is that a hay baling tool?
I honestly don't know.
My guess is that it's a type of hay bale handle, but I refuse to be quoted on that. Even though in our state it is legal to record someone without their consent. It's legal to record a conversation as long as one party gives consent. So basically,
you can record whoever you want and nobody can do anything to you.
Yes.
Yeah. That's rather fun.
It can be. It's, how one of my former coworkers, threatened a lawsuit against, my boss. Because he had made a surreptitious recording. And honestly, good for him.
Okay, that gives us that room. Okay, I see how I'm gonna do this. Now, part of the melody line here being actual brass, this was really fun.
Hmm.
Well, not actual brass, but brass instruments anyway. So what are you? You are wood.
They're polite about it. They should have like a laughing face at you for getting it wrong.
Well, I mean, you get the raven squawking at you. That's as bad as that gets.
Not enough.
And also the hay baling candles. My dumbass would have said they're earrings as a kid.
Possible?
I mean, those are probably fairly heavy objects, right?
There's truly no way to know. There's no scale. And there's very little detail.
Well, I mean, there was a descending F major scale just now, but anyway.
Oh my god.
No, really, there was. If you listen for it, it's there.
I believe you. I also believe that it was F major.
Alright, so how about this little block here?
Should be good.
And
Probably not.
most wizards don't have the muscle capacity to be wearing something like that, so yeah.
I don't know, maybe the actual stars and stuff are pins.
I mean, maybe.
But yeah, almost definitely not.
And I have no idea why I flipped that door. Probably because I like the button so much.
It's a good button. It kind of looks like it's a piece of like colored glass set within a frame. Oh! You've played Doom.
Yes, I have.
Have you played Doom 2?
Yes.
Have you heard about this thing that is rocking the Doom Tube community?
Probably not.
So, you know how people make their own maps?
Yeah.
Someone very quietly and casually dropped a magnum opus of an art piece. And it's a Doom 2 map with, like, accompanying lore and, like, sort of a... almost like a mystery to solve. Are you familiar with the book, House of Leaves?
No, I'm not.
So, House of Leaves is famous for being an experimental take on, like, the genre of the printed word. If you, like, Google images it, like, on some pages the text will be printed sideways, or in a spiral, or have, like, a box with an annotation next to it. Or there will be a line down the center of the page and it's telling two different parts of the narrative at the same time. It's supposed to be disorienting.
Right.
Because it's a guy who finds the writings of an author who's written this story. It's like a couple of layers deep. It's like an author who's written this story about these people who realize that their house doesn't make spatial geometric sense. And they kind of start going slowly crazy, exploring it. But then, like, you find out that the author was going slowly crazy, and then the guy who found the writings of the author starts going slowly crazy.
Right.
It's just like a very interesting and experimental idea of what you can do with a book. And how you can expand your narrative toolbox by changing things like the shape your words are in and the order in which you tell them and things like that. And this Doom map is very much inspired by that, of like how the information is given to you, and the different levels of exploration and the different levels of narrative you need to be holding in your head at all times in order to make sense of the space of the map.
Right.
I will send you... I don't know if you're one for video essays, but I will send you the one that Richard found and said, like, this was actually worth watching.
I have a very difficult time listening to video essays because of the digitized voices that they like to use.
I will say some of the narrative in this one is... He gets a little dramatic at times of like, and suddenly I felt very afraid, like that kind of stuff. But he does a good job of breaking down like why this is so crazy just from a Doom perspective. Like if you go, it's called myhouse.wad. WAD being the
extension
one of the
for maps.
One I think there's a couple. And so you go through a recreation of this guy's house, and when you get to the end, it moves on to what is it? Underhalls is level 2.
I believe.
And you think like, oh well, he just rewrote the first level, so you play Underhalls because you know you might as well, and you expect to move on to Gauntlet or Gantlet, as apparently the case may be. And suddenly you're back in the house. You're back in the house again, and you didn't restart the game.
Right.
And it's playing pretty much the same as the first time. And the only extremely subtle difference that you might not notice unless you're like part of this community is that the animation of your arm has changed from the original Doom to the smoothed. I think it's called Smooth Doom, and it's a popular mod that adds a couple extra frames of animation to the arm and gun firing animations.
Right.
And it's, unless you're a Doom head, you'd never notice that.
I probably would.
And the other one that would really get you is that I think in the second time through the house, the theme of the first level, whose name I can never remember, but it's like every modder ends up using it because it's the default, is extremely slightly rewritten. Like, a note is missing every once in a while, or I can't remember what the exact difference is because he didn't actually spell it out for me, and I'm not as familiar enough with the track.
Right.
But as someone who's played it and someone who has perfect pitch and a real memory for what you hear, you would pick up on it right away of being like, something is different, something is wrong.
Yeah, definitely
but
that.
It's so wild because the forum poster who ostensibly made this map has had his forum account for like 8 years, and like posted a couple things 8 years ago and kind of fell off, and then like late last year resurfaced and like, yeah, I've been off the forums for a while, but I've started doing stuff, and then posted this map that's presented completely seriously and really is like a storytelling masterpiece.
By the
way, hasn't
that's...
come forward to take credit for it.
By the way, that's a face right there. On the robot.
Who is?
On the robot.
Okay.
Oh, where am I?
Is this supposed to be like Evil Queen or a troll or something, or is this a graphic split?
This is supposed to be the minstrel. That's the character that we're supposedly looking at.
How can you tell?
By the fact that we're in the stage level. This is sheer knowledge of...
So the robot will be the same.
Yeah. Robot's always...
And that is supposed to be what, face paint?
I would guess.
Alright, I'll take it. Anyway, I will send you the video, and if you can't stand it, you don't have to listen to the guy. But it really is an incredible work of dedication, and really of like narrative storytelling.
As long as I'm not too busy laughing at the voice and I can actually understand the story.
Yeah, I think he played it up a little tiny bit of like how unsettled he was by finding the different secrets of this.
But is it a real dude talking?
It is someone who's like
Like a real
Yes.
human voice talking.
A
Okay.
YouTuber was like, I heard about this mod, and here's what was presented in the mod, and here was my experience playing it, and it blew my mind, and here are the different times I've played through it. Here's some background on House of Leaves and how obviously this is a nod to it. Like, very obviously, like, they're... Put it this way, in one of the, like, .txt files that comes in the zip file with all the stuff,
Yeah.
the word house is written in blue text instead of black. And in House of Leaves, every time the word house appears, it's written in blue text instead of black.
Mm.
It's, like, very obviously supposed to be like that.
Right.
So he gives you a little background on that.
Alright, we're inside. How about this?
Should be.
And that?
Also should be. Give me that. Yeah, give me that. Yeah.
That's the entire bot. All we need now is the move right command. And because there
Especially
are
if
no
you
turns
want it
available,
for the score.
because there are no turns available, we're gonna need it. But anyway.
Oh yeah, that's pretty crucial. You can't move left your way out of unless you want to try going across the earth.
Nope.
But at least it was nearby.
I mean, that's got metal on it, but it can't possibly be right.
Because we're finished.
Yep. So let's do that.
That
And get our little ceremonial squawk.
All right, take me home, James.
Oi.
But yeah, this mod just dropped in March.
Nice.
And there's already a sub 7-minute speed run of it.
That's impressive. Alright, what do with this bot?
Oh, where the triangle?
Triangle is there.
Oh, I see. Okay. At first I was like, this is impossible, and then I figured it out. So we start with a forward. And then we have to go to the right. And we should be able to pick up the key from that. And then let's just do the right from here.
Okay.
And then we'll do the forward.
Okay.
Then we'll do a long left, a forward, and a use.
Yep. I do believe that would be optimal. I'm sure most kids who don't think any more crucially would have gone forward, right forward at this point. But right forward obviously is fewer moves to the same thing, so here we go.
My first instinct was to send him left after the first forward, and I was like, no, it's impossible, you can't do it. And I'm embarrassed by how long it took my brain to click of the bottom wall.
This was extremely difficult to play. Partly
Oh, on trombone? This was never meant for you.
didn't stop me from learning.
How close to tempo did you get it?
Very.
You know, it's funny, one of the sections in my band that is worst at rushing is the trombones. And I think they are always so worried that they will accidentally fall behind because of the physicality of the instrument that they overcorrect sometimes.
That's just part of the skill in playing the instrument. I definitely struggled with that as a kid, but not for very long.
Because once you realize that you are keeping up just fine, and you don't have to be quite so panicked about staying in tempo with everybody, you can relax just a hair.
Yeah.
And you're the kind of person that wouldn't make that mistake more than a few times, and then just sort of never do it again.
Yeah,
but I think it's
is
natural to have that anxiety every single time you play something new.
Have the anxiety, but don't let it rule you.
Well, I really am impressed.
That doesn't sound like my style. I think I'm going to be a little upset forever if it's all the same to you.
Fair enough.
Can you make it?
Can I make it? This is my favorite of all the level themes coming up.
Really?
Alright, let's down this to this point. Like I said, these get trickier.
The headpiece has to be all one color? Like the top pigtails and pigtail cap has to all be one color?
Either that, or the entire headpiece has to consist of 2 colors. One of the... They both sound plausible, I think.
Well,
So,
click around on some panels and let's see our examples.
alright. That one in front of us looks easy. Let's go there.
You're not gonna click it first?
Well, I'll get near here just so we're there.
So that
Could
would
be.
follow both of our rules.
Yeah, so that's for sure.
Well, hang on. I think our rules are kind of saying the same thing. Because there's only 3 sections it can be to begin with, isn't there? Well, okay, that's not true. There's a chance of, like, section... The crown of it could be one color, and then the face and pigtails could be a second color. I lied. So we're saying slightly different things.
I am willing, so far, to go with yours.
I mean, they will often be the same.
Which means all 3 of these
Should
under
work.
your rule would be correct.
Yours too.
This is pretty easy though. Let's try it.
Okay, let's go collect these.
I can get this guy and the guy on the other wall pretty quick. Alright. Good start. Alright. No, I gotta flip another door first. Playing either melody or counter melody is pretty taxing on a brass instrument. Particularly my brass instrument. Yeah, I don't think we've gotten anything definitive yet.
Do you like this because it's very, like, Handel?
I might, honestly. And actually, you know what? You're correct, because you see this panel right here that gave us parts?
Yes.
It's got 3 distinct colors on it. My
The
rule
bells
is
have never
completely
counted.
wrong. Well,
Because the first guy's got bells. Oh, because you think it's yellow.
Yeah.
I don't think the bells count as
Maybe-
a color.
Maybe not, but I am convinced enough of your rule that I'm going to keep going with it. Here's this big old piece of work right here. Easiest bag would be these 2 up here, so how about you? That would be a no under your rule, I think.
And yours too.
This...
That would be a yes under both. Well, that would be a yes under mine and not yours.
Yeah, so let's go there. Yep, that door gets us right into this room.
Ah!
Oh!
Panel does not
It's you. It's 2 colors.
Huh. Fascinating. Well, that is certainly wrong.
And bells don't count?
We don't know that. Unless bells are always yellow, and that's what we find. Alright, that gets us here. You'd be a yes.
That is a very funny jester hat.
That would be a yes if the bells indeed do not count.
Yes. So I'm quite curious about that one.
So now we find out. Aha! 2 colors minus the bells. So some combination of both of ours. Good.
Alright. Is that everything in this section?
No, there's a couple more.
Oh.
Let's see. I can get around... Can I get around that way? I can if I do this. Because I no longer need this room for literally anything. Yes, good. Alright, so this panel is no.
No, yeah.
And this panel is most absolutely definitely no. But there is a button that I need to get here.
Boo.
2, actually. One door will seal off a dead end, and the other will open the way to the final panel in here. So there's the no, there's the hell no. Alright, and you? I think that's a yes. Somebody left shit on the floor.
Yeah, someone's littering. Or at least it's compostable litter.
Who would ever do a thing like that? Just litter everywhere on the floor.
Alright, alright, alright.
Makes me really sick to think about. Anyway. We don't have pickup keys, so we can't end this. We do have...
And aren't you going through your perfect score anyway?
No.
Not feeling super completionist tonight?
Not necessarily. Although given where most of these panels are, it'll probably just be what the hell and let's get them. So, since we're in front of this button, let's try this first.
No thank you.
Yeah, that's a hell no. That's a no.
That's also a no.
So we're not going to bother touching that button.
Okay.
I have this image of my head of one guy sitting there with a guitar playing both parts at once.
This is a harpsichord.
It's not stopping me from seeing that image.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, that panel's wide open. And it's a good one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, now we have to complete. Because we're missing one ultra-crucial command.
Yep.
And we're missing one robot part. Alright, now I can get in there. Alright. If I'm gonna do this...
I can't get over how much this sounds like a Hondel work.
I wonder if it was inspired by one. I mean,
Gotta make that video essay for an excuse to find this person and interview them.
I mean, consider the Learning Company's history of music if you've gone through all their games. Midnight Rescue did it, Outnumbered did it, Ancient Empires did the hell out of it.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, what if they did? And, like,
Oh, no, I don't think it is a Handel piece. I'm just very, impressed by the aping of the style. I've always been impressed by people who can write in other people's styles, like copying an accent. I can't write in my own style because I just can't write music. So I'm always very impressed by people who can not only do it, but can do it in multiple ways.
Right. Shit, there's something I'm doing in the wrong order here. It's probably this. Is it? What am I not thinking about here? Oh, no, that was fine. Okay, that'll do it. Now I can make the swing around the south corridor. Alright, so which is it? It is that one.
Yeah. Oh, but we're right there. Do you have an exit planned?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
We don't actually have to be by the maze in order to finish this.
I would like the... Oh, yeah, you're right. You could just move the map over to it and I can look at it. I just need to be able to see.
Can you see?
Okay, so there's our triangle. Your knowledge...
He appears to be back-facing the door, but I honestly can't tell. Let's do this. Yeah, his back is to the door.
Okay, so to your knowledge, if we sent it forward, it would walk past the key and hit the back wall altogether, yes?
Yeah, that's not the direction I would take with this.
Okay, so we should start with a scoot left, yes?
I think so.
And then a forward and a right?
Yep.
And then a forward, and that should get us the key pickup?
Yep.
Okay. And we could either reverse all that.
If we do that, we would go past the door.
You are right. So we have to go
I see another
forward.
way. Yep.
Yeah, forward. Might as well turn right. We could do it in either order, I suppose.
Which do you want to do?
Let's do the move. Turn right. And then we've done the forward, and then we're going to do another forward. And then a long move right and use. Should work.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can we make it?
It's a race. I should have put more steps in if I knew that. I could have really padded that out.
He does have the key.
Good for him. Yeah, I suppose that's worth confirming. Oh, we could see that on the map if we needed to. You'd see him sort of drag it around.
Yeah, the square's moving along with his hand. Can't see the wall from this angle, but it is there.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Let's see if this last loop lands him at the door.
My guess is going to be no.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to come late. Or he's going to come late. Oh yeah, very late.
God, you might have time for a whole second.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Congratulations on completing all of the levels in my courtyard challenge. For your reward, I give you access to a fantasy land that I have constructed using the castle creator. It is called Claire Woods. And you will make a marvelous apprentice. Continue through the castle to test your skills against a harder challenge. Don't forget to have fun building worlds from your own imagination.
We need to get through 2 castle levels in order to get to your song.
What was the woods? What does the woods do?
It's a map that she gave us for clearing the courtyard challenge.
Oh, it's the map. Okay.
So the castle challenge looks much richer in design. Puzzles are harder, the map is bigger. And unlike the courtyard, the robot maze is remote from the start location.
Oh, interesting. So you have to find that too.
Yep. And notice our final new command, move backward.
Interesting.
For the entire castle, we will have all 8 commands.
Looks like the rule could be musical instruments.
I would certainly buy that. And there's
a chance it's made of wood, but...
There's another thing, too.
Yes.
Up until now, we've seen all sliding doors, right?
Swinging doors, huh?
See that arrow that makes it look like a key right here?
No, because the fidelity in the, it's just too little for me to be able to test that, but I believe you.
Yep.
I see. Well, good luck figuring it out.
Yes, thanks.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. Alright. So... I want to go west first. So... Oh, 2 different sound effects for the slider, or the swingers.
Wow, lucky us.
Alright, so we're here.
Oh, wow, look at that architecture down in the bottom left.
Yeah, we have diagonals now, something we did not have in the courtyard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that must be the first time.
3 sound effects for swinging doors.
Oh my god, this is an embarrassment of riches. I can't accept this.
I know, right? Okay.
Well, how many effects were there for sliding, do you think?
There was only 1 sound effect.
Really, it was the same every time.
Yeah. Alright, let's start with this panel. Really
probably.
Complicatedly so, but yeah, I think so.
Probably just a hurdy-gurdy.
LOL. That'll get us... Well, no, we don't even... I don't think. No, we do. Never mind. Okay, so that gets us there. It is an instrument of some sort, and it gives us our newest command right off the bat.
I mean, yeah, I know it's a hurdy-gurdy. It's whether or not it's because it's wooden or because it's an instrument.
That's true, too. I guess we'll know if we find a trumpet.
I need to mute the stream for just a second.
Yeah.
That's not the button I wanted.
That bell is certainly an instrument. I so hope I get a jar of mayonnaise.
My friend is doing her doctoral recital right now.
Really, this moment?
Yeah, and I forgot that this was happening, and I can watch it live on Facebook.
Way.
She's a professor at the Crane School of Music.
Nice. That panel is not any musical instrument I've ever seen.
It looks kind of like a mop. But mops are a little bit made of wood. Listen, it's unlikely.
It's not. Or maybe, I mean it is, but it's not the thing that we're looking for. There's one panel that is wide open, and it is the instrument that Worf famously smashed against a holographic tree. Good. Alright, I need to do some sort of reconfiguration here. Maybe? Maybe not. That depends on whether I can get over here without a problem. I believe I can. Ah, good. Inside here is this button, which gets me this panel, which is not a musical instrument. Will this way work? I don't believe I have any further use for this way, so I can just do this.
Here's the problem with, like, really hard clarinet music that one does for a doctoral recital.
Yeah.
It's not good to listen to.
And yet, being the good friend you are, you're listening to it.
Yeah.
Alright. I think there's stuff I better do. Coming up that away. If I open that door, it'll give me another way in. Okay,
You like options.
This should be fine. Maybe not. Maybe I need the straight corridor that way. Okay. Okay, that should take care of this. That gets us to this panel. Not a musical instrument, certainly an instrument of something.
Okay, this piece is something I can stand to listen to. Almost. The second I said that, she started doing weird deedly bops again.
Aww. Not the kind of bopping you were looking for, huh?
It's all very impressive, but you can hear the sigh in my voice as I say that.
Here's our trumpet. And it is correct.
That is legal.
It is musical instruments. And is this panel worth anything?
That's a bagpipe.
Sure is. We have the entire bot, but we do not have the use key command. Without the use key command, we really can't do anything else.
Fairly crucial.
Yeah. Alright, these two panels.
Probably not.
And this.
And probably yes.
Yeah. So we do need to go there. Fortunately, the entire route is on the map, so I don't have to deal with any jumping. The snippet to the most southeast of our current view is the robot room.
Hey, that was key. We could go if we needed to.
We can. Why don't we? The staircase is inconsequential and can be ignored unless we want to hit it with something. So, how do you propose?
What would the staircase even be for?
It's illustrative of the next level of the castle. Or it can be, or I think it can be used as a hit, but I don't think we need it.
Zoom in. What direction are we facing?
We are facing... We're facing toward the key. East.
Okay. How confident are you that that's a hit?
What, the stair?
Yeah.
Confident, but it's a longer way around than I think is optimal.
So, if I went forward and left... Don't click yet. I'm ideating. I'm asking your advice.
I can just do this if I need to.
Fine. If I went forward and left, you can click on whatever you want.
Yeah,
and then I went east again, however I did it. Do you think it would bounce off the stair, or do you think it would zoom right past it?
No, the front of the stairs looks like it's parallel with the wall. So
I would go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
But that, I guess, would be fine. I can turn myself around in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's do that then.
Alright, so...
So, that's another forward and a scoot to the right. We could just do a move right. Oh, we can't do a move right. Fine, we'll turn. And then a forward. We'll have to do another turn right. And another forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that gets us to the key.
Yes, it does.
So we'll pick it up.
This is really inoptimal, but we can still do it.
We could turn right again.
Yep.
And do a long forward.
Yep.
And then we can move left.
Yep.
And that'll get us to the vertical one.
Yep.
And then we can hit it with a backwards.
Yep.
To get to the wall. And another move left.
Mm-hmm.
And a use.
Yep.
Should do it.
Alright.
I have to go back to the stream because I'd like to hear this song. Oh, this is cute. I'll be honest, it's easier to listen to than my friend's recital, but I am gonna go back to the recital because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, okay.
Well, now I know why she doesn't practice in her living space, because I think she lives in an apartment. And I would not be thrilled to listen to this. How's he doing in there?
He's nearing the key. He has the key.
Looks successful.
So yeah, if we were shooting for optimal move right, would have been super helpful.
Yes.
It's okay though. Probably going to end up going a couple minutes over, but we are going to get to your song tonight. And let that novelty be the end of the first session. I don't remember move backward. Is it just going to be a slide, or is he actually going to moonwalk?
Is that his little butt?
Yep, and he's moonwalking. We had a robot open the door facing this same direction before, so this should be fine.
Congratulations on completing level 1 of the Castle Challenge. Now that you've figured out how to assemble and program the character on this level, let's see how you do with multiple floors.
Multiple floors? Oh boy. Alright, let's get there because I want this novelty.
Okay, I'm back to stream music.
Now my historical problem with this has been the rendering of the stairs getting me stuck.
What does that mean?
Meaning the stairs won't render right, there will be a gap that I can't cross over. It would be the same as getting my ass caught in a door, which you know I would totally never do. So we'll save the floor traversal for later and get through these first. What's the panel rule?
Oh, I have no idea. Could be anything. Could be made of wood. Could be...
I'm just gonna go with wooden containers. Or maybe just wood. Actually, more than likely just wood. Because this non-wood container is wrong. How about this? Made primarily of wood.
Worth trying, I guess, if it's close.
Wood is good.
Okay.
Ha! How ironic is that? The first command we pick up. The one we didn't capture in the first level. And since you're open anyway, you are not wood. I don't think.
Depends on the chess set.
Nope, it is a plastic chess set.
Or ivory.
Alright, that takes care of that. And I need to go northwest to get to there, and then it'll be time to take the door, or the stairs. I know what doors and stairs are. I promise.
I also tend to understand the difference between those things. Assuming you mean in real life.
Maybe. These two panels.
Probably not. And probably yes.
So I am going to have to get spooned.
You say that like it's some sort of punishment.
Not in the least. Not the way I do it, at least. Alright. How to get in there. Alright. This to get the two inside. Well, yeah, because one of them seems inconsequential. This one blocks off a dead end, which is always a good thing to do. Because there's no treasures in this game. Okay, good. And then switch number 4 gets me into both panels. Like riding a bike, it all comes back.
When was the last time you've gone through this game?
Many years.
Really?
More than I can feasibly count. I attempted it with Chibi some years back, but the rendering screwed me over enough times that I just stopped. I did that on Windows 98 though. I'm hoping 3.1 does a better job.
Where did you get stuck? Kind of immediately?
This level, actually. The staircase I'm about to come up to right now is the moment of truth. So, if I get myself stuck on the steps, we're going to lose the novelty for the night and it'll go to the next session. Because I'm not restarting the level and then continuing tonight.
You would, try and do it off screen?
No. I would start with this level when we have the full 2 hours next time. And then if things start going wrong at that point, then I'll probably consider off-screen.
I mean, what can you do to a rendering problem?
Restart and hope it works. So, here we go. Yeah, do you see that little bump there?
Yes?
If I can't get my guy over that, then we're stuck. And this would be exactly the same point.
Oh, interesting.
What's odd is that it didn't do this on the original hardware. I was able to beat the game as a kid.
You've backed into it, you've sided into it.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. I will restart and do just the staircase now, just to see if a re-render does anything good.
Yeah, just go straight to it.
Yeah. It still looks the same, that worries me.
Sure does. Oh? Maybe you're too heavy from robot parts to step over it. I don't suppose you could do whatever's down there first.
I could, and I probably really should. Yeah, fuck it. Alright, we'll do the bottom floor then.
Well, whatever you're headed for should be a correct panel. And that one should not.
So I'm not even gonna play with that. Hall of Doors here.
Great. That's a maybe. I actually don't know.
I don't either. Fortunately, it's a simple 2-door system again. And one that will not require redoing a door.
Love that for us.
I really do love this move backward command.
It does make the maze a little more efficient.
It apparently is. It didn't warn me, and there you go.
Terrifying face and move left.
That is the court jester.
Apparently all entertainers need face paint.
There's the stairway back up to the other side of that floor.
Are we fully finished down here?
No.
Ah, I see. There's plenty.
What's all this then? 4 panels behind this whole system.
Probably not.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. And no.
2 of them are. Of course, it only takes 1 to be enough, so... Actually, this is not nearly as complicated as it looks, I don't think.
For your sake, I hope you're right. For my sake, I will be playing solitaire.
Yeah, I should only need 2 doors. 1. And then the second button in the 3rd corridor. Look at that, hallway 2 is wide open.
Well, that's not so bad.
Okay. That one's good. That one's good. That one ain't.
And I believe that was, yeah.
If we find use key quickly, we can fucking pull this off. Really inefficiently, but we can do it.
Yeah, it would probably take 20 or 30 commands, but...
So we need use key and the legs in order to get our
legs
novelty,
would help.
In order to get our novelty of music.
So this is the
That's
the key delivery song is what we're looking for?
Yep, the key delivery song is also song number 3 for Mission Think. Or car song number 3, more to the point. Okay, let's do it like this.
I know we jokingly said that I would make a sex playlist and put it on my sex playlist. I never did that.
Wait, was that a joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just never got around to it, but we had thought that that would be a very funny thing to do.
I do think it would be funny.
It would. Listen, no one's arguing that point. I think the new thing I will do, every once in a while I send my friend a song that I consider a pump-up jam. And they're all very different, and she, as far as I can tell, has been impressed by none of them. None of them strike her as motivational. Because different things will motivate me. Sometimes it's the lyrical content, sometimes it's the song itself, sometimes it's just a single chord progression in a song just, really hits me. I am considering sending this to her as my latest experiment in the pump-up jam saga. Because, for me, it undeniably is.
God damn
I've
it.
trained myself to love this song so much that it, hypes me. Even in just overplaying it for the, our adoring streaming audience, it's become less overplaying and more just the truth of how it makes me feel.
Hey, guess what?
What? Oh, I see. I'm telling you, the robot's too heavy. You can't lift.
Yeah, but you notice we're dropping every time we approach that. We're literally... The perspective is literally taking a bump down.
Huh.
So this is gonna wind up being... God damn it.
So this one is also impossible. It's so funny that it's just this level. Well, I guess this is the first one that really introduces
It's
stairs.
probably anything with fucking stairs at this point. Alright, let's try this. Return to main screen, progress will be saved, go back in. Where does it put my view? Still down to the fucking ground.
It is 10.
I have a better idea.
Yes.
Stand by just a moment.
I have a feeling I know what you're about to do.
I guarantee you don't.
Okay.
Well, okay, let me ask you then. What is it you think that I'm going to do?
Are you able to access the files that come with this game individually and go find the music file and just open it?
I am able to do that, yes.
But that was not your plan.
No.
Well, okay, that is what I thought you were going to do. Because that is what I would have done, and I would make my holler of triumph and we would end the stream.
Don't count out the holler of triumph just yet.
I mean, I figure you're fetching me the song somehow. I just don't know how you're doing it, if not that way.
Actually, I was going to do it via YouTube. Now I'm just going to do it the other way.
Yeah, I want to see it in an old-timey wave player.
Alright, you got it.
Listen, if we could get this on like a Windows XP with a fucking QuickTime Player visualizer with the colors and the shapes and such, that would be ideal.
Are you asking for something like...
Don't forget that. That's pretty close. Oh my god, the colors! Don't forget to show the stream.
Nah, the stream isn't worth that. Sorry, folks.
Well, then keep playing the song.
What? Was it playing? Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah! Stop moving your fucking mouth! I swear to God! This is my moment. Oh, that explosion! Hell yeah! Did someone put this on YouTube? What is this?
Are you happy?
I'm extremely happy. Tell me how you did that.
Windows Media Player.
On your actual computer?
Yep.
With a modern operating system. That still exists?
Yep.
God, I don't even know if I allowed my Windows install to install Windows Media Player. I was so intent on... I just sort of thought it was so defunct that I would never touch it. It might be in there somewhere.
Yeah, they call it Windows Media Player Legacy now. And I don't actually know which visual that was. And the old way of selecting a visual does not appear to be here.
Fucking messing with stuff that didn't need messing with.
Well, it was a thing. And it was a pretty thing. And we got our novelty despite the fact that this was a complete and utter failure of a playthrough. And I blame...
Of a playthrough, yes. Of a play, no.
And I blame technology for it. So I tried it for a second time, and this happened for a second time. So
we'll try it again in another, 8 years.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't been 8 years. It's been, what, 5?
5. And in the meantime, this has only been one session, so next week we go into whatever the next thing is.
I'd probably be ready to do Subnautica Below Zero.
Sounds good to me. Subnautica for cowards next week, hooray!
Huzzah!
Right, good night, and do remember, all it cost you was your virginity and... Well, actually not even, because if you're watching this, you are most definitely not getting any. But yeah... Get those tit wanks, because, they're really, really difficult to acquire.
Why?
Good night, people.
Good night.